Good morning everyone, and welcome to this presentation in the CareFactor webinar series brought to you by Bentleys Queensland. My name is Kathleen and I am part of the CareFactor Incubator Program team. CareFactor is Australia's first aged care specific incubator program which will provide the skills, resources and support for aged care startups, entrepreneurs and intrapreneurs in order for them to grow nationally and internationally. We are currently accepting applications for our first cohort in September this year. This webinar series is part of our program launch and it will provide a teaser of the knowledge and expertise available to participants during the CareFactor program. I would like to introduce you to Heath Shonhan, who will be presenting today's content. Heath leads the Innovation, Technology and Strategic Advisory Division here at Bentleys. He has close involvement with Australia's ageing sector and is a trusted advisor to a wide range of private and not-for-profit organisations. Heath is a long-standing active early-stage investor and later-stage private equity investor, and he's also a CSIRO on mentor, a member of the Brisbane Angels, and a Queensland Government Mentoring for Growth mentor. Today, Heath will be taking us through some key tools for innovation and how they can help map your value and business model. I will now hand over to you, Heath.
Thank you, Kathleen, and hello everyone. Today's webinar is on business model canvases. A business model canvas is a shared language for describing, visualizing, assessing, and changing your business model. To get some of the definitions out to start with, let's define a business model as well too. A business model describes the rationale of how an organization creates, delivers, and captures value. So just to be clear, business model canvas, it's a shared language for describing, visualizing, assessing, and changing your business model. And a business model describes the rationale of how an organization creates, delivers, and captures value. The business model canvas that we like to use through the CareFactor program was first developed by Alexander Ostwalder and Yves Pigneur, two Swiss academics who spent a lot of time and effort putting some scientific effort into understanding and developing a business model canvas. It consists of 9 building blocks. It consists of customer segments, how an organization serves one or several customer segments, through the value proposition that it provides to those customer segments. Value proposition is how you solve a customer problem and satisfy customer needs. To what channels you reach those customers and deliver the value proposition to. Value propositions are delivered through customers through communication, distribution, and sales channels. It also describes the relationships that you have with your customers and how you deliver those value propositions. Those customer relationships are established and maintained within each customer segment, and maybe transactional relationships, maybe sticky relationships, maybe relationships based on trust. The value proposition, customer segments, channels, and customer relationships all describe the front of house activities of your business model, or the desirability of your business model. The back of house functions involve resources, activities, and partners. Resources are the assets that you require to offer and deliver the value proposition to your customers. The activities, these are the types of things that you need to complete to deliver the value proposition. So they may include brand development, they may include sales and marketing, they may include manufacturing. Partners, key partners, some activities are outsourced, some are acquired from outside of your enterprise. Partners may be universities, partners may be key suppliers. Resources, activities, and partners all form back of house of your business model, sometimes also referred to as the feasibility of your business model. The back of house functions derive costs, the front of house functions derive revenue. Costs less revenue, as most of you will know, equal your profit or loss, the viability of your business model. Front of house, desirability, back of house, feasibility, costs and revenue resulting in the viability. So let's use an example to better understand a business model canvas. As I outlined before, there's a whole series of interprobing questions that exist within each of the business model building blocks. Let's probe deeper into each of these to understand what types of questions you should be asking yourself to help develop and improve your business model. As mentioned before, the value proposition. What is a great place to start within your business model? What value do we deliver to our customers? Which one of our customers' problems are we helping to solve? What bundles of products and services are we offering to each segment? And which customer needs are we actually satisfying? Finally, what is the minimum viable product that our customers will actually accept? These types of questions all help you form up a winning value proposition. Next, focusing on the customers though. Who will you deliver that value proposition to? Useful questions to ask yourself within the customer segment of your building block are, for whom are we creating value? Who are our most important customers? And what are the customer archetypes or personas? Rank these in order of priority. Moving through then the customers, how do you then reach those customers is a key component of your business model canvas. Through what channels? Is it online? Is it face-to-face? Is it through different networks or different forums or different industry groups? How do other companies in this sector reach each other now? Which ones work best? Does print media work? Does television work? Does online work? Does face-to-face work best? Which is the most cost-efficient way of reaching your customers? And how do you actually integrate your business model into the customer routines? Moving through then the channels, what type of relationship do we then have with our customers? How do we get these customers? How do we keep these customers? How do we grow these customers? Which customer relationships have we established already through our journey so far or through other parts of our industry or business? How are they integrated with the rest of our business model? And how costly are the relationships to maintain and serve? As mentioned before, this forms the desirability component of your business model. Back of house, resources. What resources do our value propositions require? Do we need key brands? Do we need key materials? Do we need key staff? Do we need key programmers or developers? How do our distribution channels impact upon our resource requirements? And similarly with our relationships with our customers, what type of resources do we need to maintain those relationships? If they're face-to-face, do we need to invest in travel resources, as an example? And then what do our revenue streams result in terms of supporting mechanisms, billing functions, data collection functions? The activities then very much center around your value proposition and identify what activities do we need to complete to deliver this value proposition. What does our distribution channels require? What do our customer relationships require? What are the revenue streams required to be delivered? As you can see, these back of house activities and resources all go towards supporting the front of house activities, supported by key partners. Who are our key partners? Suppliers of our resources, suppliers of our activities. What actually do we require from our partners, and how do our partners perform those activities for us? The front of house provides revenue streams. The delivery of the value proposition to our customers via the channels, via certain relationships, results in revenue. How much revenue, though, will our customers are willing to pay? What do they currently pay? What is the revenue model? Is it a freemium model? Is it a model where they actually have to keep coming back, or is it one-off sales? Is it as a service? And what are the pricing tactics? Are there discounts? Are there pricing tiers? Are there bundles? The cost structure resulting from the back of house activities really focuses on what are the most important costs inherent in our business model, what resources are most expensive, and what activities are most expensive. This identifies headline areas such as staff costs, such as technology costs, such as property costs, or very specific costs relating to the business model that you're mapping out. As you've been through this process, the end game is to develop a really great business model. And so after going through considering the 9 building blocks, we always advocate that you ask some key questions to really design a crystal clear business model canvas. Question 1, Does the level of granularity on your canvas correspond to your objectives? Are you at a very early stage of hatching your business idea, and in which case the granularity necessarily needs to be at a very high level? Or have you already tested and validated components of your value proposition, and therefore does your granularity need to be much more detailed if it's to serve as a blueprint for implementation? A second question to ask yourself is every building block in your canvas connected to each other? Great business model canvases tell a story and flow when they all connect to each other. Ideally, you should not have any orphan building blocks in your canvas that don't connect to another building block. For example, a revenue stream must always come from a customer segment related to a value proposition. Or a key partner must be delivering a key resource or a key activity and have some type of value relationship. Another key question is every building block in your canvas precise enough? They should be clear and self-explanatory, and simply writing products in your revenue stream does not give granularity. More precise might be product sales per customer or margin per product. Another key question is, do you make use of both images and words to convey your message? Science and theory really do point to the fact that our brains take longer to process words than images. So every image you can use, as the saying goes, a picture tells 1,000 words, will help you display and build a great business model canvas. Do you make good use of color coding? Using color coding might be an easy way to identify as is or to be components of your business model. As is might be in one color, and the to be or the future state might be in a different color. And finally, another question to ask yourself is, does your canvas distinguish between known facts and unknown assumptions? Absolutely, and necessarily so. The purpose of a business model canvas is to help you quickly, rapidly iterate your business model, and necessarily you will have a range of knowns and unknowns as you map out that journey. The key is to be able to distinguish quickly between what is known and unknown. Okay, that's the theory. Let's have a look at some great examples of business model canvases that have been quickly mapped out to give you some practical demonstration. So many of you would be familiar with Gillette, razors and blades. Their value proposition was the razor handle and blades, two key components. Their customer segment then was mass customers. Anybody who needed a razor or a blade would be a customer for Gillette in this situation. Their channel to market were retail channels, and their relationships, as I'll demonstrate in a second, was built in or lock in. Because as many of you who have ever used a Gillette razor blade will know that unless you get the right blades to match the handle, you need to buy a whole new set of handles or a whole new set of blades. So they have a lock-in relationship with their customers by virtue of here's the handle and you've got to keep coming back to buy the reusable blades. Their revenue streams, one times handle purchase or one-off handle purchase, and then frequent blade replacements. That's the front of house. Their back of house, resources, the Gillette brand, patents around the razors and the blades. Activities for Gillette include marketing, R&D, and logistics, delivered by key partners such as manufacturers to make their product and retailers to sell their product. The types of costs that Gillette incur then are marketing costs, logistics costs, manufacturing costs, and R&D costs to support their brands and patents. Front of house, back of house, desirability, feasibility, viability is an example of Gillette's business model canvas. A little bit closer to home, let's have a look at LiftHero. LiftHero is a US ride-sharing revolution focused on seniors and their families by connecting them with reliable and qualified drivers. Their mission is to curb social isolation epidemic and increase freedom for seniors. Unlike Uber or Lyft, though, LiftHero focuses on providing a round-trip guarantee, plus over-the-phone booking system, recognising that seniors and elderly require more than just an app to be able to book their rides. So their value proposition: pre-scheduled, door-through-to-door transportation to medical appointments, real-time reporting, friendly faces, recognised drivers, professional drivers, to help with the social isolation. Key customers: first of all, the oldest daughter of the senior who has trouble driving, then the seniors living in the centres, and then clinics, hospitals and insurance plans. So you can see an ordering of customer segments there. The channels that they reach these customers have been through direct marketing to families, senior living centres and the discharging planners at clinics within the hospitals. The relationships that they have, very much a rating system, very much segment focused, and limited numbers of drivers and seniors, resulting in revenue streams such as a payment through the app, so per hour plus per mile, and subscription model at discounted rates. Key activities include medical related rides, platform development, sales and support. Resources required include the drivers, the technical team, and the seed money for initial insurance and hiring. The partners included auto insurance partners, schools, nursing programs, and site hosting places, resulting in costs such as insurance, drivers' compensation, and the customer development team. Another great example of a business model canvas applied within an aged care setting. Business model canvases are just one of the tools that we use within our innovation programs for our clients. Other tools and approaches that we use include value proposition canvas, also written and created by Alex Ostwalder, customer experience mapping using tools such as Net Promoter Scores, but then delivering deeper into sentiment, user experience mapping, and structured sessions on pitching and customer feedback. All play a key part in developing and creating successful businesses. These are the types of tools and the techniques and the rhythm that we'll be going through in the CareFactor 12-week program. To briefly introduce the program, it consists of a 3-day intensive workshop in the first week, and the sessions will be very much focused on business and industry mentors, helping develop skills around growth and customer acquisition, and experiencing content delivery from startup businesses and industry experts. Over the following 8 weeks, experienced mentors will guide teams through weekly progress sessions, gaining one-on-one tailored feedback. Mentors will be best matched to teams to ensure participant partnerships are based on needs and skills. This results in a pitch day in week 12, where participants in the program will have an opportunity to present to and gain feedback from potential investors and buyers for those that need them. Particularly the buyers and the customers. Our experience with many startup businesses indicates that the most requirement for them is particularly around first customers. Provide the opportunity to meet directly with investors and buyers, and an international showcase prize. CareFactor, proudly supported by Bentleys, AXA, Westpac, Austrade, Redship, the Office of the Queensland Entrepreneur, Vanta, Sprint and Painters. We encourage you to apply now. Applications close by the 23rd of August. 3-day masterclass occurs in September 23 to 25. The 8-week mentoring course occurs through September through to November, with the pitch day in December. Applying online at www.bentleys.com.au/carefactor.
Thank you very much, Heath. So just a reminder that the CareFactor applications will be closing on August 23rd at 5 p.m. So this is the last week to register your startup or innovative project or prototype for the program. Participation in CareFactor is fully subsidised for successful applicants, and teams will receive over $20,000 worth of value by participating. To submit an application, please visit www.bentleys.com.au/carefactor. Submissions must be received by the due date via our website. If you have any questions about the content presented today or about the CareFactor program in general, please visit our website or email us at carefactor@briz.bentleys.com.au. Thank you.